How are you there again? So you see, China's efforts of bringing Saudi and Iran together has got very little to do with replacing United States as a negotiator amongst these countries, but it is largely got to do with taking Saudi Arabia away from Israel, so that if Saudi Arabia is in the orbit of Iran, they can carry out together this hatred for Israel. And with Chinese help and the Russian help as well, you've got yourself the global order as we know it under attack in regions around the world. Hence, the military drill of China, Russia, and South Africa in Cape Town. That is very important. It's a key important event and position geopolitically. Cape Town. It is essential for these people to capture Cape Town. And if the politics of South Africa is also in weak hands, then it means the global order, the peace as we know it in South Africa and the region are under threat. And as I've told you before, that Harare is already the weakest link of them all, because they willy-nilly swim with these bad actors, because they themselves, the Harare government, is rotten to the core. They can do anything for money. They can bend over for Russian money, for Chinese money, for Iranian money. In an event when things escalate, Harare will not be helpful to South Africa. On the contrary, it will be a liability. And who put ZANU-PF in power? It's the Lancaster House Agreement in 1971-79 that put Robert Mugabe instead of Joshua Mqabeko. Who are those people? I do not know. They know themselves. Ask King Charles III. He must know them. They must know the path that they took to put Robert Mugabe in power. Now Robert Mugabe's children are a threat to the Jewish community in South Africa. Now, it is the descendants of Joshua Mqabeko whom the British need to do right with in order to save British lives in Southern Africa and Jewish lives in Southern Africa against this emerging Iranian threat. And as I've been telling you, that Iran has been making major moves in aligning itself with Harare. And I'm telling you, Harare is like the girl in the night. She can sleep with anyone for money. Okay, that's what those boys are all about. They don't care about building the country. Just take a look at how much they have destroyed Zimbabwe. If you're a British policy maker right now, you're looking at ZANU-PF destroying Zimbabwe, you're like, oh, it's all good. So the Zimbabweans are going to be cheap labor to ask the British. And then God says to you, no, foolish, it's not good. It means Iran will run over Zimbabwe and destroy the Jewish people in South Africa. Bad choice. Remove those words and begin to think differently. To protect your interests, you have to do it through a righteous way. Justice, equality, freedom. Don't sponsor politicians that crush people and think that you're going to benefit from the crushing of the people. Perhaps you will in the short term, but in the long run, you are feeding another enemy that you're not even aware of. And then now I'm opening your eyes to see who your enemy in Zimbabwe is Iran, Idim Mnangagwa's friend. So it is important for Britain and the United States to cut off any supply to Harare that causes Idim Mnangagwa and his friends to stay in power through whatever means necessary as a way of targeting Iran and Russia's stronghold in Southern Africa. Not only is Southern Africa important for its trade routes, but if we have got the strategic minerals in the hands of the friends of Russian and the Iranians. They will use that wealth to sponsor their attack, not only in Europe through Putin's invasion of Ukraine, which obviously, undoubtedly, would, if he wins, he will take it further. And also, we've got that same attack in Israel, using diluted resources of Africa. A Washington policy maker will be thinking, well, the Russians are doing us a favor in Africa, so the Africans are going to be poor and miserable. They're going to be cheap labor for our US firms. No, wrong policy arrangement again. Russia and Iran are going to use the looted resources of Africa to attack Europe, Israel, and the United States. So you need an Africa that is strong against this global disorder. You need an Africa that is aligned with the free world order led by the United States and Israel. Holy is God. So, brilliant ones in Washington, it's time now to think properly. This is how you win a war. You win a war by blessing the people of God. I am Israel. Perhaps you forgot. When you quote the Bible, it says, if you do good to Israel, God will bless you. If you do bad to Israel, God will curse you. You have thought that Israel is just the one in the Gaza, in Jerusalem. We too are the children of promise. Us who are Christians, we are spiritual Israel. And if you do good to us, God will bless you. And if you do bad to us, God will curse you via the Iranians and the Russians. Don't you get it? That's all I have to say in this video. Good night.